So in this video, we'll discuss about the exponential function. So when we say exponential function, that is a function whose exponent is a variable. So the concept of exponential function can be applied in mathematics of finance, specifically in compound amount. So for example, nag-invest ako or nag-deposit ako ng pera sa bangko. Magkano kaya ang magiging pera ko after 2 years or after 3 years since yearly is lumalaki yung nagiging pera ko. Okay, so that is the application of exponential function. Again, compound amount. Okay, so in solving compound amount, we have A is equal to P multiplied by the quantity 1 plus I raised to N. This A is your money after years. So ito yung makukuha mo, included na si interest. And this P is your principal or kung magkano ba yung inutang mo or magkano ba yung ininvest mo sa isang bangko. Then this I is the interest rate per period. Again, this is the interest rate per period. And this N is the number of compounding period. Itong I na to is makukuha natin using this formula. I is equal to R over M. Ano ba yung R? Ano ba yung M? R is the annual interest rate. So it should be in decimal form. So kailangan nating i-convert yung percent into decimal. And this M is the number of compounding periods per year. Again, this is the number of compounding periods per year. And this N naman is makukuha natin using this formula. N is equal to MT or the product of M and T. M is the number of compounding periods per year and this T is the number of years. So for example, suppose 50,000 pesos is deposited for 6 years in an account paying 4.25% per year compounded annually. So we're going to solve for the compound amount and the amount of interest earned. So the first thing that you need to do is to identify what are the given. So we have 50,000 pesos. So ano ba itong 50,000 pesos na to? This 50,000 will serve as the value of your P. So since sabi ko kanina, P is the principal or ito yung kung magkano ba yung ininvest mo or magkano ba yung inutang mo. Okay, and we also have 6 years. So this will serve as the value of your T. Since our T is the number of years. And we have this 6. Okay, then the next given is 4.25%. So this 4.25% is the value of our R. Okay, so this is the value of our rate. So this is the annual interest rate. Again, we have 4.25%. But this 4.25%, we need to convert this into decimal. So, paano natin ito i-convert? Just divide it by 100 and 4.25%. Kapag kinonvert natin into decimal, this is equivalent to 0.0425. Okay? Or just simply move 2 decimal places papunta sa kaliwa. Okay? So, 1, 2. So, we have 0.0425. So, this will serve as the value of our R. Okay, so next, what will be the value of our M? So, we said that M is the number of compounding periods per year. Again, number of compounding periods per year. So, yung nasa given natin, sinabi po dito that compounded annually. Therefore, the value of our M is 1. Since meron na tayong mga value or yung given natin is na andito na, pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa pag-solve. Okay, so again, to solve for the compound amount, we have A is equal to P multiplied by 1 plus I raised to N. So just substitute the given. So we have P, the value of our P is 50,000. Okay, then multiply by 1, quantity 1, plus, what will be the value of our I? So again, to solve for the value of our I, the formula will be I is equal to R over M. Okay, so again, to solve for the value of our I, we have I is equal to R over M. The value of our R is 0.0425 and the value of our M is 1. So 0.0425 divided by 1, so that is equal to 0.0425. Okay? Then substitute the value of our N. So wala tayong N dito. So paano ba natin ulit kukuhanin yung value ni N? The formula is N is equal to M multiplied by T. So the value of our M is 1 and the value of our T is 6. So 1 multiplied by the value of our T, which is 6. So 1 multiplied by 6, and that is the value of your N. So we have 6. Okay? So again, just substitute the values. So we have P is equal to 50,000 and this I is equal to R over M. The value of your R is 0.0425 and the value of your M is 1. So 0.0425 divided by 1 is 0.0425. Okay, and the value of your N, to solve for the value of your N, we have this formula, N is equal to MT, or the product of M and T. So the value of your M is 1 and the value of your T is 6. So 1 multiplied by 6, so that is 6. So yun na po ang value ni N natin. Okay, then after that, so PEMDAS rule, parenthesis first, so we have 50,000 multiply by, i-add natin kung ano yung nasa loob ni parenthesis. So we have 1 plus 0.0425 and 1 plus 0.0425 is equal to 1.0425. Then raised to the exponent, which is 6. Okay, so next, we have 50,000 multiply by, what will be the value of 1.0425 raised to 6? Okay, so try natin sa calcu. Again, 1.0425 raised to 6, that is equivalent to 1.28367883,843. Okay, then multiply by 50,000, so that is equal to 64,183.94. Okay, so the compound amount is 64,183.94. So, ibig sabihin, after 6 years, yung 50,000 mo is magiging 64,183.94. Okay, so for letter B, we're going to find the amount of interest earned. So, makukuha natin yung interest using this formula. So, we have I is equal to A minus P. Again, makukuha natin ang interest kapag binawas natin yung principal natin doon sa nakuha nating compound amount kanina. And the value of your A is 64,183.94. Ito yung na-solve natin kanina. So, just substitute. So, we have 64,183.94. Then, minus the value of your P. Again, this is your principal. And the value of your P is 50,000. So, 64,183.94 minus 50,000 is equal to 14,183.94. So, this is the amount of interest earned. Again, the amount of interest earned is 14,183.94. So, ibig sabihin, after 6 years, tumubo yung 50,000 mo ng 14,183.94. Okay, so yung exponential function ay pwede rin nating i-apply sa konsepto ng science. Okay, so for example, suppose that you are observing a population growth of a cell in the experiment, and if the cell doubles its number per minute, then how many cells are there after an hour? Okay, so first is we let t be the time. Okay, so this is the time per minute. And f of t be the number of cells. So what will be the mathematical representation for this word problem? So ang sabi po, yung cell daw is dumodoble per minute. So the number of cell, we have f of t. Sabi is dumodoble, that's why we have 2. Then this is an exponential function, so raised to the time, which is t. Okay, so this will be the mathematical representation for the given word problem. So now, how many cells are there after an hour? Again, how many cells are there after an hour? Ilang cells na ba meron dito makalipas ang isang oras? Nagdodoble per minute. Therefore, we need to convert this 1 hour into minutes. So this 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. So now, pwede na natin siyang i-substitute. So this will be the value of your t. So f of 60 is equal to 2 raised to, the value of your t is 60. Okay, so next, we have f of 60. And this 2 raised to 60 is equal to 1.1529215046 e, then 18. Okay, so kapag meron tayo nakita ditong e, ibig sabihin na to is times 10. Okay, so this is times 10. Then yung number na kasunod ni e, ito yung magsisilbing exponent ni 10. Okay, so 2 decimal places tayo. So we have 1.15. Again, meron akong e. So times 10. At kung ano yung number na kasunod ni e, so that will serve as the exponent of 10. So we have raised to 18. Okay, so our f of 60 is 1.15 times 10 raised to 18. So ibig sabihin po, after an hour, there will be 1.15 times 10 raised to 18 cells. Another example, after an accident in a nuclear plant, radioactive is spread through the atmosphere. The milk supply of a certain farm is affected. So estimate the expected percent of radioactive material in the milk after 20 days. So the percent Y of the radioactive material in raw milk after t days is estimated by the formula below. So this will be the formula. F of t is equal to 100 multiplied by 2.7 raised to negative 0.1 t. Okay, so just substitute the value. So what will be the value of our t? T is 20 days. Okay, so the value of your T is 20 days. So solve for f of 20. So we have f of 20 is equal to 100 multiplied by 2.7 raised to negative 0.1 multiplied by 20. Okay, so that is equal to 100 multiplied by 2.7 and negative 0.1 multiplied by 20 is negative 2. Okay, so next, 2.7 raised to negative 2, then multiply it by 100. So 100, again, 2.7 raised to negative 2 is 0.1371742112. Then multiply it by 100. So that is equal to 13.71742112. Okay? So again, ang tinatanong sa atin is ilang percent. Okay? So the percent Y of radioactive material in raw milk after 20 days. So therefore, approximately 13.71 is approximately equal to 14% of the radioactive material still contaminates the milk supply after 20 days. Again, therefore, approximately, this 13.71 is approximately equal to 14% of the radioactive material still contaminates the milk supply after 20 days.